Good morning, guys, and welcome to another edition of Coffee with Miss Jimenez. How are y'all today? Y'all awake, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed? I hope so. I am. Got me some coffee. Ready to do this? Yes? Okay, so before we get started, I have some very sad news for y'all. I know. Some of y'all probably have already had your parents talk to y'all about it, but they have extended that time period for distance learning, guys. We were supposed to go back on Monday, but now it seems like it might be till May. So I'm kind of bummed about that because I was looking forward to seeing y'all. Yeah. Hopefully it goes by pretty fast. It's just 4 weeks, guys. It's not a long time. 4 weeks. It'll be okay. All right. All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to continue focusing on our writing today. First off, I really hope that y'all have already read the story Edison's Best Inventions. If you haven't, please stop and read it and then come back. Okay? Did you already read it? Okay, guys. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I want everybody to turn to page 268. Did some of y'all already do this page? Well, it's actually 269, but it's okay. All right, so these are the discussion questions that we typically discuss in class, but we will be doing it this way. And so I'm going to kind of guide y'all through these 3 questions, and then y'all are going to answer them, and then you're going to snap a picture of it and then send it to me. Okay? All right, so page 269. Look back at what you wrote on page 256. So again, this was just kind of like a prediction of what you thought the story was going to be about. So it's just asking you to look at your prediction. So what did you predict the story was going to be about? Okay. With a partner, so you don't have a partner. This is so sad. Okay. With a partner, discuss your ideas about which invention the author thinks is the best. So just think about that. Which invention the author thinks is the best. If you need to go back to the text, you can do that. Okay, so now we're going to try to discuss. We're going to answer these 3 questions together, okay? So I'm going to kind of guide y'all a little bit. It's kind of hard to have a discussion with a screen that doesn't talk back. It's okay. All right, so it says reread page 259. So I want you to go to page 259. And this page is just talking about how the author thinks that Thomas Edison was the greatest inventor of his time. Okay, so that is his claim. That is the author's opinion. Okay, what is his opinion? The author believes that the light bulb was the best out of all of the inventions that Thomas Edison had. He believes that the light bulb is the best. Okay, and then so I want you to look at this page and I want you to underline where it says that. Well, you can't underline it because it's dark, right? So I want you, like, y'all see these little blank space? I want you to, like, draw a little arrow to it so you know where it's at, okay? So, yes, the author is informing us, and a lot of people had, they kind of got this one wrong whenever they did their pie. So, yes, the author is informing us about the different inventions that Thomas Edison came up with, but they're also trying to persuade us that he's the greatest inventor. He's trying to change our minds up because I believe that the greatest invention of all time was the coffee, like the coffee bean, because like it's actually a bean and like you grind it and then you pour like hot water on, yeah, and then it becomes coffee, right? So I think that was the greatest invention, but that's not what the author believes. The author believes that Thomas Edison was the greatest inventor, and that his greatest invention was the light bulb. So, yes, the author is trying to inform you, but the main focus is trying to persuade you to change your opinion about the greatest invention and the greatest inventor. So, in our pie, guys, it could also be to inform. So, it was to persuade and inform. Okay, so some of y'all got that wrong. It's okay though, because we learn it, right? Okay. So how does the author plan to persuade his audience? Do y'all know? Did y'all catch it? So the author is trying to provide you all of this information, like saying, "Ooh, look, this information is amazing. It's shiny, it's glittery, it's amazing." And then he's giving you more information and trying to prove that this invention, the light bulb, is the greatest invention. He's giving you reasons why he believes, like, hey, like, you should change your mind. Like, it's A, B, and C. These 3 reasons are reasons why you should change your mind and why you should think that Thomas Edison is the greatest inventor of all time. Did you change your mind? Do you think that Thomas Edison is the greatest inventor of all time? If you did, the author was successful. Okay, so I want you to reread that page, okay? What are the 2 ways that the author compares inventions? On page 259. Okay. So it said that one inspired the other, right? So it has to do with something about inspiration, because it was this came first and then this came second. Okay. So what details show that why the author chose those ways? I'll let you write it. Pause it and then come back. Okay, so guys, there are 2 questions, right? And I want you to give me 2 sentences for one there's 2 questions on number 1, okay? So I want you to give me 2 different sentences for each question. So I want you to answer it separately, okay? With punctuation, capitalization, and spelling. Okay, number 2. It says review pages 260 to 261. So let's turn to page 260 and 261. All right, so in these 2 pages, the author is talking about the kinetograph, okay? And do y'all remember what the kinetograph does? What does it record? Images, right? Okay, so the author does a good job at comparing this story to a different story. What other story does the author mention on these 2 pages? So I want you to look down at your text and I want you to underline what story the author is mentioning here. Okay, so the author is mentioning Timeless Thomas, okay? Why does the author reference it here, though? So if you have to go back to your other text, you can do so. Let's remember that Timeless Thomas provides information about Thomas Edison and the invention of the kinetograph, okay? So there's information in the kinetograph on Timeless Thomas that is also mentioned on page 260. So I want you to look at the 2 different texts together, okay? Okay, so you probably are able to put one side by side because you probably have the 2 texts. I don't. Okay, so there's information on Timeless Thomas that the greatest, oh my goodness, I'm like going crazy. Okay, Edison's best inventions has different information than Timeless Thomas does, right? All right, so I want you just to look at it and compare it just for your reference. How are they similar and how are they different? What information does one have that the other does not have, okay? And then I want you to think of what inventions were created because of his kinetograph. So the kinetograph came first, right? So what came after the kinetograph? Or what invention was inspired because of the kinetograph? So you're probably looking at one of them right now. You're listening to me right now. That was a hint. Okay, number 3. How were the kinetograph and the phonograph alike, and how were they different? Okay, so page 268 is a great page that you can reference. That'll kind of show you what some differences and to compare them, what some different, how they were alike and how they were different, and what one did and what one did not do. I want 2 sentences. I want one sentence to be about how were they alike, and the other sentence of how they were different. Please make sure you are using punctuation and capitalization. Okay? All right. Simple enough, right? All right, guys, so let's move on to phonics and word work. And I'm going to get my markers because I'm going to need them. And I don't have red, but I'm going to use orange as red today, okay? All right. I do have blue. It's somewhere around here. I found my blue. Okay. All right, guys. So the instructions say, using the spelling words, so these are your spelling words. You have your spelling words, right? Okay. Using your spelling words, write the base word in blue. So the base word is just a synonym for root word, okay? Using the spelling words, write the base word in blue, the prefix in red, and the suffix in green. If crayons or colored pencils are not available, divide the words into prefix and base words or suffixes and the base words and label each part. Take a picture. All right, so some of y'all normally do 9 words. Some of y'all normally do all 18, right? Okay, so depending on how many you do is how many I want you to do, okay? All right, so I'm gonna help y'all with number 1, okay? So the word is unfold, right? Okay, so what is the root word in unfold? Fold, right? Okay, so if you do not have colored pencils, this is what I want you to do. Just to underline the root word and then separate it, okay? So if you have the colored pencils, our base word is going to be in blue, so that is the root word, fold. And does this have a prefix or a suffix? It has a prefix, right? So I want you to write that prefix in red. So remember, I don't have red, but I have orange. So you're going to write it like this. So on a piece of paper, 1, 2, 3. And you're going to continue on, okay? So I'll help you out with number 2 again. Okay, so number 2 says rejoin. Okay, so does it have a prefix or a suffix? Prefix. What is the prefix? Re. And re means to do again. Okay, and then join. What is the root word? Join. Okay, that makes sense, guys? All right, so if it has a suffix, make sure you write the suffix in green. Okay, and then if you don't have any colored markers, just make sure that you underline and separate. Okay? Sorry, it wasn't supposed to go over the E. All right. Simple enough. All right, guys, so for our vocabulary, You're going to write 2 vocabulary words in a sentence on a notebook paper. So you can pick any one you want. Some of y'all already did all of them yesterday. Y'all messaged me. Some of y'all did it like on Monday. I was like, okay, friend. Gold star for you because you are ahead of the game. If you already did all of them, you're ahead. Don't do it again, okay? But some of y'all haven't, so please write those and then send those to me, okay? All right, so this is what we're going to be focusing most of our time and effort in, the writing. All right, so this is your chance to get creative, okay? So our writing prompt for today says, in Edison's best invention, the author summarizes 3 of Thomas Edison's inventions. He includes facts and details to explain his choice for the best invention. Imagine that you are creating a bulletin board or an online display about inventions. Okay, so for our purposes, we're going to make a poster. Okay, we're going to be making a what? Poster. Okay. The poster will show photos or drawings of Edison's inventions, along with captions that give facts and details about them. The caption will also explain how the invention changed the world and what other inventions they inspired. Using the chart on page 268, write a caption for the kinetograph, phonograph, or the light bulb. Don't forget to use some of your critical vocabulary words in your writing. All right, guys, so we are making a poster, okay? So I want you just to grab a plain piece of paper. Doesn't matter to me. So what we're going to do is I want you to either draw a circle or a rectangle in the middle. You know what? No, let's do a rectangle. Yeah, let's do a rectangle. Ah! Excuse me, guys. All right, so I'm going to draw a rectangle in the middle of my page. Please leave room for your drawing. Okay. Rectangle. Yeah, rectangle. All right. So inside, we need to we need to draw a drawing of either you had 3 options. What were they? The kinetograph, the phonograph, or the light bulb. It doesn't matter to me what you choose. You can just choose whatever you'd like, okay? So for my example purposes, I'm just going to use a light bulb, okay? So I am going to draw a light bulb. Please be more creative than me, guys, okay? Please, it's time to draw too. Y'all like to draw. I know y'all like to draw. Bing. You like my light bulb? Okay, so that is my light bulb, okay? So the instructions say to write a caption under the, and where do captions usually go? I already told y'all. I'm so bad at this. Okay, the bottom. So there should be, all right, okay. All right, so what you're going to do under this caption, you're going to give me 2 sentences, okay? You are going to give me facts or details about what this is, okay? So remember, kind of think of whenever we're annotating. Whenever we're annotating, we look at the text feature and then we try and get as much information from the caption as possible, so we kind of know what we're reading, right? So your goal is, if you had to annotate, what information would you want here that would be helpful for your reader if you were the author of a passage, okay? So give me some information about what this is, okay? Give me some information about, I just had it right here. Oh my God. Okay. Information about how this invention changed the world and what other inventions this kind of inspired. So light bulb. What could have been inspired? Okay, so you probably could use some, like whenever you're camping and it's really dark, usually sometimes you put batteries inside of this and like you go like with your little inside of your tent. Or like if you're out at dark and you it's dark and like the lights go out whenever like it's thunderstorming or something, like you're like, "Ooh, where are all they?" It kind of, just like, "Oh, I can't see." Do y'all kind of understand what I'm talking about? Maybe? Okay. Those were some hints. Okay. So yes. Should be fairly fun. Okay. If y'all need some other help, guys, there's a list on page 271 right here. Okay, 271 right here. It gives you kind of like a checklist to make sure that you have all of the information that is needed. So you have to introduce your topic. So where do you think? If you want to introduce or like say, look, this is what this is about, where would you usually put it? If I'm like writing or reading a story about elephants, where would it say elephants? In the, right up there. What is that called? Heading. I hope you said heading. All right. Includes facts and details from the chart in the text. So the facts should be right here. And what chart are you looking at? The one on page 268. Okay. And then tells how the invention changed the world and what it inspired. Okay. If you need to do more than 2 sentences, please, guys, by all means, please do more than the 2 sentences. If don't know what I mean? Okay. Yes, and then just take a picture of this, and then send it to me, and you shall be done. Okay. All right. I think that's it, guys. I think that is all we are doing today. It was such an easy day. Yes. I think, yeah. Yes, that's it. So 30 minutes on iStation and you will be done, guys. So tomorrow I'm going to be checking iStation, make sure that y'all are all on there. I'll check in the morning so I can at least give y'all the time for today, okay? And make sure that all of your backpack activities are completely done, and that your 30 minutes have been complete, okay? Guys, if y'all didn't, let's pretend that Monday you didn't have any time to get on iStation, or something was going on. That's totally fine. Just make sure that you make that time up either like the next couple of days, okay? So yeah, if y'all have any questions or concerns, let me know. And I will try and help y'all out, okay? All right, guys, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Y'all have a great day.